Sit down. Hey.
Might have heard them. Look, it's them! By the desk! Motherfucker! Holy shit! I got her! Right here!
Fuck yeah.
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today we're gonna have a crack at another conspiracy theory. Today we're gonna talk about the effects of fluoride on brain development, IQ, and potentially ADHD through brain development. After we do that, we go through the evidence, some vague evidence for the conspiracy theory. We will then discuss how to avoid the negative effects of fluoride. So basically, this whole thing came out because there were some animal studies of the effects on fluoride on brain development. Basically, the animals were given twice the dose of fluoride in the water supply that humans are generally given, and the study found some brain development issues in those animals. So the theory is fluoride, while it may be good for your teeth, it will negatively affect the development of your brain, thereby lowering IQ, etc. As you can see, just the setup alone is, pretty good conspiracy theory bait. Like, just considering that the government really wants to control you, remove all your rights, that sort of thing. If the government could indirectly lower IQ of its people to make more obedient workers, obviously, I'm pretty sure every government's gonna, take that trade-off. But if, for example, the fluoride, it would be half as much required in, regular tap water to hurt brain development and hurt IQ, it shouldn't be an issue, right? Because it's not building up to the level required to cause the brain damage. Well, yes and no. Some people will drink more water, some people drink far less water, some people get their water from other sources, some people will filter their water through a water filter. And then you have other forms of absorbing fluoride, rather than just through water itself. For example, toothpaste. There was a conspiracy theory a while ago pushed by Elon Musk that there are 3 different color toothpastes, and depending on the color, it is like a code for whether the toothpaste is going to, do damage to you or not, basically. I'm not sure how much I believe Elon Musk's conspiracy theory, but I'm pretty sure building up fluoride from water, and then, building on top of the fluoride you've built up from water with like fluoride from toothpaste might contribute to, if your brain is still developing, it will hurt the development of your brain and therefore IQ. In addition to that, there are other sources of fluoride that you can get through food as well. Some types of brewed black tea and coffee contain fluoride. Obviously, you've got your fluoridated water, just your regular tap water. Then you've got canned shellfish like shrimps and blue crab, apparently. And oatmeal, raisins, potatoes, that sort of thing. Apparently some of those contain fluoride as well. So, we have animal studies indicating that fluoride does negatively impact brain health, and then we have a government complicit with, deliberately putting fluoride into water. It's a pretty clear-cut conspiracy theory. So, what can you do to make sure your brain development, and through brain development IQ, isn't hurt too bad by fluoride? Well, you can get various filters, water filters, things of that nature to reduce the amount of fluoride in your tap water, and obviously you need water to live. In addition to that, you can look for toothpastes with no fluoride in them or lower fluoride amounts in them, just to reduce the amount of buildup of fluoride in your body. Now, do I actually buy into this conspiracy theory that fluoride hurts your IQ, lowers your IQ, makes you dumber, makes you more compliant? Well, I do not trust the government as far as I can fucking throw the cunts, so it is definitely possible. I wouldn't risk it either way. It does seem to have some negative health effects. Put it this way, I wouldn't gamble on it not. The government seems to have gone out of its way to put fluoride into water under the, excuse that it helps with your teeth, it reduces teeth coloring, stuff like that, helps with dentistry. I'm okay. Apparently, you can also lower IQ and make a more, compliant population. And I've seen direct government actions, seemingly, other actions that seem to be pushing towards that very goal. Yeah. So look, don't trust them as far as I can throw them. Not really worth the risk. Is it? I'm not saying, choose between your teeth or your brain. You can either have good teeth or a good brain. You can't have both. I'm not saying that. I'm saying see if you can limit your risk of fluoride, because it appears to, not be a good thing to have built up into your body. Do I believe it? I'm not sure if I completely believe it, but, mind you, we have historical examples of, Rome, where they just, straight up had, lead contaminating their water sources. And, they, I wouldn't say functioned as a society, but, they definitely cracked on as a society. It may have had something to do with the bloodthirstiness of their, gladiatorial games, their feeding of Christians to lions, that sort of thing. Their mass acceptance of slavery. I'm sure, if you have a ton of lead in your water and the lead is built up in your body, I'm pretty sure it makes you more unstable, more aggressive, that sort of thing. So, well, look, it's possible. They deliberately added it to the water. They didn't have to do that. And it seems to negatively affect brain development and IQ in animal studies, at least. So, Why take the risk? Get a water filter. Make sure you pick toothpaste with low or no fluoride in it. Like, in addition to that, you've got your other stuff that, you know, the government, despite being a regulatory body, does virtually absolutely nothing to stop. For the longest time, it had bisphenol A and other microplastics in food packaging, which, you know, directly, well, it's just bad for you in general, like, but it also lowers testosterone, making you more compliant and agreeable, easier to control. In addition to that, you've got your foods containing, you know, corn syrups. Then you have, you know, the pill runoff through wastewater, also contaminating water supplies, lowering rates of fertility. Like, it's just a ton of weird shit. They're also pushing, you know, fat acceptance, because that's one of these Marxist queer theorists, you know, things that they're pushing. Obviously, you know, fat acceptance isn't a good thing to have, particularly when heart disease is the #1 killer of people. Yeah, so, like, normalizing behavior to do with fat acceptance, okay. You're gonna push people to at least not have negative stigma, at least, you know, not be shamed about exercising, that sort of thing. You're gonna get a lot more fatter people, you're gonna see an increase in heart disease and that sort of thing, which is, you know, gonna kill more people. It all seems to, you know, vaguely point to population control, vaguely, yeah, like, either through, you know, deliberately damaging the family unit through things like birth control, runoff, and lowering fertility rates. Obviously, there'll be less family units. More individuals that are disconnected from family are obviously easier to control through propaganda and other means, especially if they're isolated. In addition to that, you got lowering of IQ through fluoride in water, that sort of deal. And obviously, the fatter, the more unhealthy people are, the lower the amount of energy they have, the more likely they are to just conform to things. Yeah, less likely to be, you know, disagreeable, that sort of deal. So, yeah, yikes. It seems to fit into, like, a general pattern of behavior for the government, you know, pushing things that really aren't good for you. So, like, it's very possible that the deliberate addition of fluoride into water was deliberately to lower IQ, to make the population more controllable. It would certainly fit with other patterns of behavior conducted by government, and yeah, very, very possible. Next you have chemtrails. Oh look, that might be a bit far for me. I'm not sure how much I go for the chemtrail thing. I know birth control runoff in water supply is a thing. I know microplastics are a thing. And I know if there's fluoride in water and toothpaste, which can build up and can be a thing. But would they deliberately pump it out with, you know, airplanes, etc.? Look, not sure about the chemtrails and that. I could probably be convinced. Look, the government's done other fucking shady shit. But, yeah, like, deliberately... Well, I know they deliberately cloud seed. I know they were looking at that during the Vietnam era as a way to deliberately damage crops and stuff. Cloud seeding with silver nitrate. That operation had a name. No, I can't remember what the name was. They were deliberately looking into doing it, though. Could you, in theory, cloud seed with silver nitrate or whatever it is they cloud seed with, and then put other chemicals in there as well to, you know, directly contaminate water supplies? Fucking very easily. Yes, very possible. Yeah. Would they betray their own populations to do it? Well, look, Keir Starmer right now is basically, iron fist crushing the English population in the interest of the Islamic immigrant population. So, yeah, government does not have your best interests in mind at all. Taxes should be lowered. Individual human rights, gun rights, bills of rights, speech rights, etc., freedoms of movement, etc., need to be raised for fucking sure. Like, trusting any left-wing government to moderate, regulate, restrict any of those rights based on their ideologies such as climate change, etc., are a fucking awful idea. But, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, it's also a bit sinister when you think about it. Like, a lot of anxious people focus on their teeth. Like, it goes a lot deeper than that. Like, one archetype of dream interpretation to do with either rotting teeth or teeth falling out, stuff like that. A lot of the dream interpretation around that and the dream metaphor around that is thought to be about social inclusion, and social exclusion, and like issues with social life, stuff like that. So the fact they picked a chemical that can damage your cognition when it builds up, that also benefits teeth, seems pretty sinister. Like, I might just, that might just be paranoia, who knows? Like, how smart are they really? Like, fucking... That being said, they've managed to, come down on all pretty much the very worst ideas when it comes to, international global politics and running countries and stuff. They always seem to pick they always seem to optimize for the very worst ideas. But, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Like, the fact that it goes that deep in humans, that bad teeth are a sign of, bad social status and all that sort of thing. Yeah, and it goes deep in there that it's, in fact, like a dream archetype. It's a bit out there, a bit crazy.
All right. Not finding anything. God.
Holy shit! I got her! Right here! Holy fuck!
Here we go. Damn,